one of the things with internet dating is, and they don't have pens, and I'll bring them next week so I can kind of draw this out. But it's get the idea of, you are posting it's before you post your profile, you're doing some reflection. You are working on engaging a professional photographer so that you have great photos when you publish your profile. I generally am not, unless you're in a really specific ethnic or religious group and you're saying I will only consider partners from that group, then don't subscribe anywhere for more than about 3 months or so. Some places are really better prices if you subscribe for a year. What I recommend is that you start at 1 or 2 sites for roughly like a 6 week to 3 months kind of a time period to test the waters with it. And Match.com is worth subscribing to for 3 months. You almost don't need to worry about testing the waters. Not everyone you meet from there is going to be perfect quality for you. In general, they're such a top site. A handful of them are like this. I'm just using them as the example. They're such a top site that at least half of the folks who are registering there, I would describe as really good quality singles. They've actually thought about when I say quality, I don't just mean like, oh, you make a great income, financially stable, although a few of those things, educated, it's like my late husband was blue collar. He did some college, I'm well educated, he's an intelligent man. So it's not always about, the attribute, it's about the character of the person. That, there will be interesting conversations. Can you perceive that in their profile? Yes. Are they blue collar? Are they, are they in the military? Are they, law enforcement? Are they a firefighter or something like that? I have a girlfriend who's a firefighter, or now retired. She's not college educated. She's a very attractive woman, so she's someone I would describe as a quality single. So it's not always about do they have the college degree? Match.com, typically what you do at the first site you're at is that first week or so, and I know I know your story. So sometimes if you already have a profile up and it's not what you've incorporated from what you're learning here, I'm actually going to recommend you delete it. Just take it down even for a week or 2. And even maybe right now, it's go delete it and let it be fallow while you're going through this workshop and learning a few things. And you're going to tweak it and then repost. So that first week or so, your profile is featured as new. There's both in terms of how recently you have logged in, plus just the fact, it's almost like the Google algorithms these days. It's, if you're a new profile, you are featured for the first week or so, but especially those first 3 to 7 days. Know that and wait until you have all the stuff you want for taking advantage of that. It's great, I'm gonna be featured. We joke about it over Twitter, that it's now like an egg, if you don't have a photo, they feature an egg. If your profile doesn't have, I have some photos, they're nice, they're good. Don't use them because the one that's showing is the avatar and it needs to be you at your best and looking just really great as you. Wait till you have those photos before you're publishing your profile at those dating sites.
When you say take it down, delete it, how do you delete it? What do you
Most
do?
of them, there's some place where at account settings at your login, look for account settings, my account or something like that. And unless you're at eHarmony where you've spent half an hour answering essay questions, where I'm good luck. Because it's a lot harder. It's you don't want to do that again. It's all right, sometimes there's a way at some of those sites to take it down without deleting it. You at least want to take it down for sort of the next week while you relook at photos.
Cut and paste is what I did.
Yep.
You cut and paste what you've written so you have it, and then you can just retype it in if you need to.
Right. Well, it's the stuff with eHarmony where you're you're answering a questionnaire. Yeah, there's like multiple choice stuff. I just mean it's like there's some stuff if you really like one of those places where you answer like a major poll, survey, extensive questions, and not just like the body of a paragraph, but like selections of stuff. It's like, I understand you don't want to do that again. It's like, but typically most of the sites there is a place where you can take your profile down, and there's some option like I'm seeing someone right now. We're giving you to try, and there's usually an option for you to make it invisible for a short period of time. There's that option to sort of do it at least, and then there is an option where you fully delete it. And you might want to fully delete it, especially if you've maybe already emailed with a bunch of people who were kind of in your demographic, and the response maybe wasn't what you were hoping for, or something like that, because, because what happens is if they see like the same title and stuff, they may not even click through to read your much better profile now. So it's like, if you know that's the case, you might want to delete it. And this is where I'm trying to cover like a handful of scenarios for people as opposed to putting any one person on the spot, so that whatever might be you is somewhere covered in there. Do that so that after you've gotten the great photos, done some work with your profile, and maybe change your screen name, which I'll talk about in a second. If you now approach some of those people again, give it a couple of weeks. Oh, I was on vacation. Oh, I was in South America. I'm like, what great, this could be your great opening, email line, for at least like a month afterwards. Oh yes, I was in South America on vacation, I was in Colombia. That, how marvelous as a conversation starter, and they then might actually read your profile and take a look at your pictures. Typically, being a beautiful woman, if we're a beautiful woman, the men will pretty much click through at least at a minimum anyway, because it's flattering. And most guys, they might remember, oh, she looks kind of familiar. Did I maybe talk to her in the past? It's not, they aren't that massively focused on this all the time.